mouth.
Oh, that was Winston, huh?
Yeah.
I don't remember that Ghostbusters episode, though.
Yeah, it was one of the syndicated ones.
Okay.
Those were like the fucking best shows they did.
What was some of your favorite episodes of Ghostbusters then?
Oh, well, there was that one when Halloween was forever. When they introduced Sam Hain.
Yep. Love the Sam Hain episode.
That was fucking awesome.
It's pronounced Samhain.
Yes, it is.
Samhain. Samhain.
Or as JMS said in one of the behind the scenes things, you can pronounce it shut up.
Yes.
Yep.
I gotta go back and rewatch some of those.
Yeah, we should do a best of the Ghostbusters show.
Hey, I'm down.
Just saying. That'd be a fun little Halloween thing we could do.
Discs 1, 2, and 3 are the shiznit.
Damn straight they are.
Yeah.
Anything that had Lorenzo music in it as Peter was the best.
Oh, you know why he got replaced by Dave Coulier, right?
Yes. Because
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Bill Murray. He got kind of butthurt that the guy voicing Egon sounded like Ramus because, well, Maurice LaMarche is an impressionist. That's what he did, and he got pissed off that, well, why does he sound like Garfield? So he got replaced. And they recast Janine. They fucked her character up left, right, and center.
Yeah.
And then the only reason they recast Winston is because Arsenio Hall got busy on his talk show.
Did they recast Winston?
Yeah, he got replaced by Buster Jones.
Oh.
You guys know way more about this than I remember.
Dude, I'm a big old ghost head.
Well, Ernie Hudson auditioned for the role of Winston for the voice acting, and they're like, no, we want somebody that sounds like the guy that played him in the movie. He's like, go fuck yourself.
When I read about that, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. I mean, he didn't say that to them, but still, like.
And it's not like Hudson didn't have voice acting experience at that point. He had been Cyborg in the Super Friends.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
I thought I knew that, but I'm like, wait a minute. I actually don't remember that.
That was the final season that they did.
Oh, that makes sense.
And you got us rolling already, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Figured, why the hell not? We were having a good conversation. I wanted to get that rolling.
People can see us being dorks.
Yeah,
it was a fun tangent.
As Levi says, nerds. Well,
yes,
everybody, welcome to our 1-year anniversary, episode number 52, Deadwire Live. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and a special shout out to the Cabal members. I'm throwing fingers at you, bitches. But they know what they did earlier today. We got started on that, and now shake the hands, baby. Handshake. We got to bring him back, guys.
Oh no. Oh, goodness.
Well, on that note, let's get this kicked off with our intro.
It started.
Safety first!
Looks like you got some kind of alternate universe in there or something.
Yeah. All right, you primitive screwheads, listen up. That's never happened to me before.
Shit. I've been waiting for you.
Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
Two of you need help. Some folks have a strange idea of entertainment.
Damn it. Feel the wrath.
And feel the wrath of Deadwire Live, everybody. Happy 1-year anniversary, Kevin, Chad, Skeeter, whenever you decide to show up or not. You might be sleeping, you might be drunk, you might be getting high with your kid, making blue macaroni and cheese like you did one time before. And we do not begrudge you. We show up if you do. That's totally cool. No worries. Chad, how you doing, buddy? What you been
I'm
up to?
doing good. Doing really
Cool.
good.
What about you, Kevin?
I have questions like blue mac and cheese, like the color, or blue is in like French cheese, like.
Oh, you don't
Like
remember that?
blue
No,
cheese mac and
they.
cheese? Is
Wait,
that what you're asking?
I remember he got
Peter couldn't come
stoned.
on one time because this kid came home high and with more weed, and
Right.
they ended up making macaroni and cheese with blue food dye.
Oh
That's right.
God.
That's right.
Skeeter gonna skeet. What can you say about that?
I think I'd rather have the blue food dye than like making it with blue cheese. That'd just be disgusting.
Too much blue cheese is too much. I can barely
Yeah.
tolerate them in a green olive.
Oof.
I love
No.
blue cheese. I'm sorry.
I like it.
mean-
I don't love it though. That was more
mean-
my grandfather's thing.
A little like blue cheese dressing, you're good, but more than that, it's too much.
Oh, drown
Yeah.
my shit in Roford. Yeah.
I don't know. Anybody in the chat? You guys like blue cheese? Hey, put a comment down out there. I want to know because we got to get a poll going. Just saying. And make sure you hit the like button on the way in. Hey, do us a solid, subscribe down below, participate in our chat. We will read comments here and there. And hey, hit the bell notification when you subscribe. Let's get rolling. I got a fun little, well, maybe not so fun news story. One of our horror icons, Reggie Bannister, has entered some hospice. Thank you, Bloody Disgusting. They got some of this information from a Facebook post from the family. And this happened as of about yesterday. Phantasm franchise star Reggie Bannister is entering home hospice care, and he'd like to hear from you. So, you Phantasm fans out there, there's an address here. It's on screen. As anyone who ever met him at a convention or worked with him on a movie can attest, Bannister is a remarkably kind man who is truly grateful for his fans. In this time of need, fans are encouraged to share their appreciation for Bannister by sending letters to Reggie Bannister at P.O. Box 4387, Crestline, California, 92325. He was diagnosed with dementia and Parkinson's disease in 2016, which were stabilized until last week when he collapsed. Friend and colleague Russell Muck shared the update on Facebook. He's still cognitive, so that's good, but his body's failing. Reggie and Gigi, his wife, had planned ahead, made an advance directive. As a result, Reggie will be going home from the VA soon for home hospice care. There's no prognosis or time frame, but he's going to be spending time at home with the family until his time. So it's sad news, but prayers, thoughts, sympathies all go out to the family. And hey, if you want to send a letter, I'm sure he'd love to see it. So get to it, everybody. Let's go. I'm going to be sending one myself. And Kevin, are you a fan of these movies? What do you think about Reggie? I added him to our intro, so keen-eyed people will have noticed that.
I've only seen them once, but golly, I really did like it. I did. I can't remember it. I was severely drunk on absinthe when I first watched it.
Wow. I'm surprised you remember anything.
It wasn't green. Anyway, yeah.
If it ain't green, it ain't mean.
No. but it was from France. I will say that.
Yeah.
Boot that tasted like fire water. Ha!
How about you, Chad?
I've only seen the first one, and that was a trippy movie, but it was fun.
Yeah, the only other movie you might recognize Reggie from that I would know of is basically Bubba Hotep. He was in that movie as well.
That's a great movie.
Yeah.
Yep. I have Bruce sign my old DVD copy of that bad boy. That's
Nice.
a love. But so sending kind thoughts out to Reggie and to
the family. I'm speaking from experience here. Home hospice care. It is nice having your loved one home like that, so they can be more comfortable.
Yeah,
we're doing that with my mom right now. So yeah, nothing but the best going out to Reggie and his family.
Yeah, my mom, when she was in hospital, I think she was mostly in the hospital. She was in another state So that was a whole different situation. But that's always going to be a tough call. But hey, if that's what
Yeah.
he and the family want to do, hey, have at it. Enjoy the time at home. I know, like Bruce Willis is in a similar situation. So thoughts to all of them and everything going on out there for everybody who has to deal with anything like this. You have our full support out there, everybody. Just saying.
Yeah.
And before we get going with Kevin's headlines, he wanted me to bring up a positive thing here. And I'm going to get that going. We're celebrating a birthday today, not just ours for our live stream. 1 year, everybody. Let's see here. We got, if you remember, Mr. Lopan.
Oh,
Jim Hong,
yeah.
celebrating 96 years today, baby, and still kicking and still strong. So, special shout out, James Hong. Happy mother freaking birthday.
And
Hell
still
yeah.
working too.
Yeah, he is. My friend Connie down in Southern California, she worked with him on a film project. And she was just saying that you cannot meet anybody sweeter or more kind than he is.
That is truly heartwarming to hear.
Yeah. I mean, Connie just adores this man.
Yeah,
I've never heard a bad word about this dude,
Me either.
ever. And I've seen him in things since I was like, even before I was born, probably.
Yeah.
It's
Long
funny.
actor.
There's certain bad guys, certain actors that play bad guys that will terrify you at certain points in your life. Like this scene here where his eyes light up and his mouth lit up.
Oh, yeah.
That terrified me as a kid. Like I thought that was amazing. But you know what? For as much as he scared me and I wanted to hide under my dad's seat, like I love James Hong. Like every time I'd see him in another movie, I'd light up like there's Lopan. Like
yeah.
I to this day I get goosebumps just thinking about it. Just that excitement when you see him or you hear his voice most specifically. Because at this point he does mainly voiceover work. But golly gee, only a few people harness a bad guy and you love seeing them as opposed to being terrified of seeing them. Like him, Robert Englund, who's another one of the nicer people? Kane Hodder.
Yeah.
Like
Kane.
Those are the guys that are just like, golly, they're the sweetest people. Mitch Pileggi. Oh my God.
Oh, he plays such the worst guys on freaking television and movies. Yet you meet him in real life, and he's total sweetheart.
He's
My
a
mother-in-law
kitten.
just met Robert Patrick at an airport in the last few days.
Wow.
Flying out to Hawaii, and she got a picture with him, and apparently he's like the sweetest guy. And I'm like, I've never heard anything bad about him either. So, but he looks like a complete asshole, but he really isn't.
That's okay.
Just saying.
Have you seen this boy?
Out of context, that is one of the creepiest things you will ever see. Have you seen this boy? Yeah, over there. He's playing an arcade game.
Yeah, I gotta go back and rewatch this one now. I haven't seen Big Trouble in Little China in a while.
Yeah.
We're watching it next week?
No. We are watching that. Because we can do a little tip off to what we're doing. That'll be the week of March 11th.
Yeah.
We're doing Superman 4 next week.
It's
and
coming.
Then They Live, then Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah. I was going to say, it's coming, and so am I. Yeehaw!
Oh, I love, well, out of this particular movie, I love when, like, Lopan does the fingernail cross, because the long fingernails he's got on, the Lee press-ons, I call them, and then the green light shoots right out of him, and then they have, like, the sword battle. It's like fucking crazy, I love it.
And he starts wiggling his thumbs like it's a video game controller. It's fucking
and his freaking giggle when he's doing it is like completely insane. I swear it's probably the most crazy in character thing he's ever done.
So
God.
You go back to Hong's voice work in the 2012 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles animated series. There was an
Oh.
episode he voiced the bad guy who was a spoof of David Lopan.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
cool.
It was fucking brilliant.
Love hearing that.
And he was just having a ball with it, you could tell.
I didn't dislike that series. I really didn't.
It
I-
ended badly. It went too long.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah, once they went into another dimension, I was like, all right, we're done with this. Or
Oh.
went into space. I'm sorry. It was not Dimension X. They went into space.
No, they went into space. They brought in the Fugitoid, voiced by David Tennant, which I thought was cool. 10th Doctor. But they brought him home. They grounded everybody again, and they did have like a climactic battle between the Shredder and everybody. Splinter wound up getting killed, and it stuck this time. And then
Really?
and they
Huh.
killed Shredder, and that should have been the end of it. But they did one more season, and then they ended
Oh.
it on a real bleak note with like this fucking Mad Max-esque, like
Oh.
it was bad. It was so bad. I was so glad I never watched the last episode, like when it aired, because I would have just gotten pissed.
No kidding. It just sounds like it would completely enrage me. So I'm glad I never checked it
I mean,
out.
it was.
That
But
first
then
season,
people
though.
are saying, "Oh, well, this was just like an alternate take on things. It's not what really happened." Well, motherfucker, why'd you write it then?
Right.
Money.
Well, yeah, that too.
There goes the money.
Yep.
Well, Kevin, you want to kick us off with some other headlines going on?
Kick us with some headlights. Let's see here.
Yeah, headlines. Scratch your head.
That's actually what Skeeter's doing today. He does not have headlights that I'm aware of, but I suggested that he did delouse himself because he was cutting wood all day today.
Yeah.
Out in the woods. Like
Yeah, just ask his wife.
where there's actual wood.
Yeah. Not inside
Not
the
that
house
kind
where
of
it was
wood.
preferred.
Yeah. That's making kindling. Arr. All right. So anyway, we have some bad news to start with, like a lot of it this week.
Again? God
Yeah.
damn. Kevin.
Yeah. So I'm glad we took a break and did the James Hong birthday thing. So let's see here. First, probably the saddest that like made me drop my spoon in my cornflakes this morning.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Lynn Stewart, most famous for playing Miss Yvonne, the most beautiful woman in all of Puppetland, passed away. She was 78 years old.
Oh, wow.
I
And
saw Cassandra Peterson had posted about that on her official Instagram.
yeah.
Okay.
Another one of the original groundlings, just like Miss
Mhm.
Peterson and just like Pee-wee. Oh God,
And
that's
John Paragon.
John Paragon. Yeah, that's another person that will be there meeting her in heaven, I'm sure. It's really sad. Like these wonderful people from our childhood that like worked really hard to bring smiles to everyone's faces. Like that was their gig. They didn't make a whole lot of money doing it, but they loved doing it. And that's why they stuck with it.
Mm-hmm.
Bless
Yeah.
them for it.
Oh, sympathies to the family again, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then also George Armitage, director
Oh, I didn't
of
catch this one. Holy crap.
one of my favorite cult films. Golly, Grosse Point Blank was
That was the Cusack movie, right?
yes, him and Minnie Driver, like
One of the only Cusack movies I can actually tolerate outside of 1408.
yeah, right.
It's actually a good movie. I freely admit that, even though I really don't like John.
1408 or Grosse Point Blank?
Both.
Yeah, like
I don't like John Cusack, but there's two movies of his that I like: Grosse Point Blank and 1408.
Runaway Jury's pretty good too.
Okay.
I didn't dislike that. But
Well,
yeah.
rest in peace, good sir. Sympathies to your
Mhm.
family as well. Oh, and rest in peace, Marvel. Right on. Yeah, kill him dead.
We're
Burn it with
not
fire. Let's go.
we're not rest in piecing Marvel altogether. Just Marvel's rest in piecing these 3 shows that they were having in development for the last 2 years. Remember, Mark Windenbaum says that they are now a developing corporate or company, and that doesn't mean necessarily that they're going to be producing. They're going to be developing more than what they produce.
Okay.
That's called wasting money, kids.
Yeah.
Also known as we couldn't figure out how to money launder with these particular projects any further, so we better throw these under the rug and move it on to a different project, also known as Captain America: Brave New World.
Mm-hmm. So here's the sadness. Nova, I don't really care, but I know that there's
No.
a lot of Nova fans.
Yeah, I've heard that from some other streams too. Like a lot of people really do like Nova, but whatever.
I didn't like the
don't know
comics when
shit.
I was a kid. He was
Okay.
one of the New Warriors, I think.
That's what I was going to ask you two guys. Like, can you
I
explain Nova? I mean, even briefly, and if it was any good or not.
I always saw the Nova Corps as a knockoff of the Green Lanterns.
Yes.
Oh, gotcha.
I mean, yeah, they
Okay.
didn't have power rings or anything like that, but intergalactic peacekeepers, just like the Green
Okay.
Lantern Corps. So it's like, yeah, they're just trying to copy what DC did.
Is that where they kind of went wrong with Guardians of the Galaxy with doing Nova?
Yes.
Or am I thinking Adam Warlock, or is that something completely different too?
No, you've got them both right. In the first one, it was the
Shit.
Novas.
Yeah.
In the first one, it was the Novas. In the third one, it was Adam Warlock. So they were supposed to bring the Nova Corps back. That planet that they were arrested on, that Glenn Close was on, or she was the president of. That was the Nova Corps. John C. Reilly was one of the Nova Corps. Tick or Peter Serafinowicz was another one. And Thanos killed them all unceremoniously between Thor and Infinity Wars.
Gotcha.
And that's how he got one of the stones, was killing them. I think that's how that went in the MCU. Is he killed them and got the first stone. And you're like, oh, well, that was unceremonious, but thank you. And then the other bit of sadness is the Strange Academy. That I was kind of looking forward to. I was really, really looking forward to seeing Benedict Wong get his own show.
Oh, that
with
would have been
Madison?
great.
Yes.
Madison and Wongers. Let's go.
If it wouldn't have been the two of them, I would have been out. Like, just for one episode at least, she needed to have come on.
She plays Mephisto
and made his life hell.
Yeah.
Well, that goddamn goat better come back, and so should she.
Well, just wait for Ironheart. That's supposedly when we're gonna get Mephisto.
I don't want him.
Nobody wants him.
I don't give a shit about Borat. Fuck him.
Sacha Baron Cohen.
Also dying this week, Hooters is apparently filing for bankruptcy. Although we don't know what chapter, we do know that they are filing for protection for paying their bills. That sucks.
That does suck. And before we continue on this particular headline, we do have a sponsor read we have to throw in here. Sorry, everybody, but we got to slip it in there.
If you like what you see here on the outside, you're gonna love what you'll see on the inside. The recipe for Hooters chicken wings is so secret, even our cooks aren't allowed to know it. Do you know why our beer is so cold here at Hooters? Because we keep it in the refrigerator. Hey kids, you want to do your dad a really big favor? Tell your mom you want to go to Hooters.
And that's our proudly not sponsored read.
You said slip it in.
You kids want to do your dad a favor? Tell your mom you want to go to Hooters.
God, I remember back in 2010 when the Giants were making their World Series run. I was working in radio. We actually had a programming meeting at the fucking Hooters so people could watch the game.
Wow.
Yeah, because there was one like right up the street from where I used to live. So we all filed into our cars, drove over there, and I'm just like, okay, so now what?
Oh, right.
Food was not very good.
No,
Well,
it's not.
Well, to Mike's point, all kidding aside, Hooters wings are awesome. Even my wife and I have for years, well, up until the last couple of years, we would always get Hooters wings basically for Christmas Eve and watch Christmas Vacation every year for like 5 years straight. I'd always have a beer while waiting for the wings. Once the wings showed up, I was out of there and came home with dinner. The wings were good there, but the rest of the food was just terrible.
Yeah.
And you're probably thinking Kevin's going to say, well, Buffalo Wild Wings are better. No, they are not.
I
Buffalo
wouldn't
Wild
know.
Wings are terrible, in my opinion.
I can't eat that shit.
You eat things that you shouldn't, and you can still have a solid shit.
Because I have GI issues. God damn, do we need to get into what happens to my body when I eat terrible food like that? Everyone
Well,
home's
then
like,
stop going
no.
glory hole. You might save yourself from some diseases that way.
Yeah, anyway.
Anyway.
Well, sorry, Hooters. You're on your way out. That's it.
Should we say the Bundy family credo just one last time in respect?
Whoa, Bundy.
Bundy.
The other one. Hooters, Hooters, yum, yum, yum. Hooters, Hooters on a girl that's dumb.
Oh, God.
There's like five Bundy credos. I wasn't sure if they started that. It's like Hooters, Hooters.
Yum, yum, yum.
It's like, I forgot about that one. I stopped in the middle of my rewatch of like season 3. I need to get back to that.
Oh
now.
my God.
The only one I remember is, where the beer gives you gas and the Bundys kick ass
at the nudie bar.
We have tastes.
No,
not very
ma'am.
good.
Not good tastes, but we
Nope.
have tastes.
Well, speaking of bad taste.
Yeah. So
Why don't you put this with the obituaries, Kev?
This is
Well,
with
it's
the obituaries.
transitioning.
Yes. It's going from bankruptcy to anyway, death,
straight
bankruptcy. Oh, I wonder what happened with this because the family was like 2 weeks ago when we reported this, the family was like, no, James Bond is an event. It's not content. It's an event when there's a James Bond movie coming out.
Yeah, they were shooting on Amazon. It was fucking great. I loved it.
Yeah. And then a week and a half, 2 weeks later, they're like, hey, we're stepping back and we're giving full creative control to Amazon MGM.
Hey, that's what happens when you get an extra zero at the end of that paycheck. Just saying.
Yeah.
Oh, ouch.
Makes you wonder what kind of royalties deal they're getting.
Yeah, right. Oh, well, they're stepping back to work on other projects.
Yeah,
Other projects, my ass. They're busy planning the retirement tour for the rest of their third grandkids' lives.
No shit. Even Timothy Dalton was like, I don't understand. Like, they are very, very meticulous caretakers of this property. And when he said when he was working on the pictures, like nothing on set happened that they didn't want to happen. Like they were very, very meticulous, fun, but meticulous. And I can't see them. I can because everyone's got a price for the $1 Million Man.
Money.
sold out, man. They sold out.
Yep.
You sold out. You sold out.
That really
the
stinks.
franchise was fucking dead as it was anyway. Like, as much, even though the Daniel Craig movies made money, they were not good movies. The only one I remotely liked was Casino Royale. After that, I didn't like any of them. You could argue, hey, Skyfall is a good movie.
No,
No,
I liked
none of them.
Skyfall. That was
I
the
didn't
only
like
one
any
I
of them.
liked. I hated Spectre.
Spectre, No Time to Die, Quantum of Solace. You're
Oh,
talking the
God.
batting average for the 5 movies that Craig did. Only one was awesome in my book, and for you, probably 2. Sounds like.
No, I only like Skyfall. That was the only one out of them that I even remotely
Okay, so that's
enjoyed.
still 1 out of 5 for
Yeah,
you
1
then
out of
too.
5.
It's like these were, and Craig was a terrible Bond in my opinion. They made him way too gritty, way too modern. Like, what they should do is just go. I've seen it on other streams. They need to go back to period pieces, put it back in the 60s, the way it should be, and go from there.
Fuck yeah, dude! Make the Cold War a thing again. Fuck these bastards. Anyway, we're not. It's not another show.
Same thing here, though. Same thing applies. But big thing is, it sounds like Amazon, Jeff Bezos is trying to gauge like crowd casting. Who do you want for your next Bond? Gee, I wonder who everybody's going to pick. Henry Cavill.
I penciled in your mom.
Brother. I don't know.
It was either your mom or Joe Mama.
Joe Mammy.
Joe Mammy.
Was that from In Living Color? I'm trying to remember that now.
I don't recall.
Yeah.
Might have been.
Well, it's sad to see what's going on with this. It's just Amazon's just gonna kill another fucking franchise here. Rings of Power. They're working on He-Man. They're working on Voltron.
Ugh.
And we saw what's coming up from He-Man. It's like, oh my god, back on fucking Earth, nobody's learned a goddamn lesson.
Don't get me started on that.
Fuck away from Stargate, or I swear to God, I'm gonna beat somebody's ass
with my shoes.
Like, you're already killing Voltron on me. Like, nothing is sacred anymore. I could give a shit who you hire for a Stargate thing. If the name ain't Brad Wright and Jonathan Glasner, or just Brad Wright, fuck off.
Agreed.
Fuck off.
And special shout out for the Stargate Files every Thursday at 8:15 p.m. Pacific time, 11:15 Eastern time.
10:15 Central.
Damn straight.
Anyway,
Levi, they're coming for our Stargates.
No, I'm not. Which I gave you like 30 minutes of that show today. All right. It wasn't 3 minutes for the algorithm. I gave it the old college try.
All I ask is, like, hey, throw a like up on there. Give it a couple minutes for the view to take.
I threw up on there.
Yeah, I know. You got it everywhere. You throw up. When you throw up, dude, you throw up everywhere. It's the same thing with the glory hole. We can't use the bathroom again after you do that. How many times we got to tell you? You got to clean up when you're done.
Projectile is so multiversatile. You know, I mean, just gosh.
Especially when it's white like that. It's disgusting.
Oh, God. Projectiles in and projectiles out.
What goes in must come out, I guess.
Yep. You need to work on your gag reflex there, buddy.
Love that song. All right. Who else is dying?
Oh, God, not My Bloody Valentine from Blumhouse.
Again? They just rebooted this one, what, 10 years ago? 15 years ago?
Yeah. With Jensen Ackles.
Yeah.
Which I actually like that movie. I did not feel like it was actually kind of a loose sequel.
Sort of, yeah. Yeah. And it wasn't bad.
It wasn't great, but it was all right.
No. Well, the original wasn't great either.
No, it wasn't. at
But
all.
that was kind of the point for liking that one for me.
Yeah.
It was terrible. The plot was nonsensical. The reveal was stupid, but fun watching everybody die and get their getting their hearts ripped out.
But at least
Or-
it wasn't Valentine.
Yeah,
I
we
just
know
like
about
the
that one.
I just like the pickaxe under the chin.
Yeah.
That's like my
Yeah,
favorite kill in that movie.
Henry Warden's a cool looking bad guy. He really is.
Yeah.
oh
he
yeah, with the
is.
damn mask and everything. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that, the pickaxe, the whole outfit. That's the next best look next to Jason, honestly.
Sure.
And I love Michael Myers. Don't get me wrong, but that Captain Kirk mask never stayed the same. With the Harry Warden costume, you could keep that the same damn thing for 30 movies if you needed to.
Yeah. Yeah. I've seen them change it like in artwork and stuff, but they don't usually with the movies and the fan films. They keep it pretty good. But my question to you is, do we need a reboot of a reboot already?
No.
We
Like-
had Valentine Bluffs, the fan film out there. Highly recommend people go check that out. It is still very much a fan film, but it's at least some sort of a sequel that's actually kind of interesting.
Yes, with the original cast or many of the original cast members.
As many as they could get, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know that I'm ready for a reboot of a reboot of a reboot. Like,
right.
Whew, I know they did that with Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and it didn't work then either, did it?
Nope.
With
No,
Netflix,
it did not. Any number of times.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre had a good reboot. No, what was it? 03 with Jessica Biel.
I never saw that
think
one.
that was it.
Oh God, Jeff, go see it. Like the first two with Arlie Ermy are fucking amazing.
Okay.
Like, way better than the first two.
All right, then I will give it a look.
Yeah, I like the first two. Arlie
I'll
Ermy
take your word for it on those kind of movies. So,
but anything that they did after that was not good. And then once they did the Netflix movie, I was like, ooh, yuck.
ooh.
So I'm not a fan of reboots, and I'm most certainly not a fan of rebooting reboots. I'm not old enough for that shit yet. I didn't feel like I was old enough for a reboot yet.
No.
Let alone a sequel reboot.
Everything these days is a reboot or a sequel. It's very rare when you get an original idea out there.
Studios won't let them through anymore.
No.
You're starting to see actors starting to really rally against that. The ones that are kind of like, fuck studio work, I'm just going to make the indie films because that's where I'm happy. They're not making the big buku bucks, but they're getting consistent work that makes them happy, and that makes me happy for them. That's where you could have independently thought stories, comedy, free-range comedy that's not too safe. I don't know. Studios put out a lot of bubblegum, like prepackaged bubblegum that's got to be ran through and tested through focus groups, and it's just not fun to fucking watch half the time anymore.
No, we came here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and we're all out of bubblegum, so we're gonna kick everybody's ass.
Yeah. God damn it. So I don't know. I don't know anything about this other than it's coming, giggity. And I am more than likely going to skip this one.
Take it over to the glory hole.
I'd almost rather go watch Heart Eyes, which is currently out right now.
Heart Eyes looks cool.
I've heard it's actually a lot of fun.
Devon Sawa. Oh God, what was he talking about? Like he cracked some joke at some other horror film that's out right now too. And he like said, basically screw that movie, go see Hard Eyes instead. And everyone got all butthurt about it.
Yeah.
And like, I am not a huge Devon fan, but golly, you could see where the joke was. Like, come on, you fucking idiots. Leave the poor guy alone. He's just trying to promote.
Yeah.
He's promoting his fucking movie.
It's just banter, everybody. Just chill out. My God, he's not actively trying to tank another movie.
No, god damn.
People take way too much shit way too seriously.
And that's what he said. He didn't call the internet soft. He called the internet very sensitive. You know, can I just take a moment to pause because Levi wanted to point out.
I was going to bring this up too. So
yeah, that when I am not stuttering, thank you guys for noticing that I'm not stuttering with the internet that I have now, thanks to Levi with the internet Wi-Fi extender. It makes a difference being able to hear you guys, knowing that you guys are hearing me, and knowing the difference between you guys fucking with me and then not having the Wi-Fi signal.
What?
No. All right. So,
Cheech and Chong.
Let's get away from things dying. We found out this week that there was a trailer for a new movie called Cheech and Chong's Last Movie. Now, if you've seen Cheech and Chong Up in Smoke, Cheech and Chong's next movie, Cheech and Chong's Nice Dreams, any Cheech and Chong project, you know that you are in for a treat. And what this picture is going to be is it's going to be a mockumentary in the vein of weird, but not completely fictitious. It is a movie about the two of them meeting and going through their history together. And it's going to be real footage. So that's going to be the neat thing about that. And it's going to be a movie about them trying to make this movie, I think, kind of like the way Cheech and Chong's next movie was, where they're going to Amsterdam pretending to be Burt Reynolds and Dolly Parton.
Amsterdam, this should be like Weed Fest.
Oh,
Broken Lizard should be on this bad boy.
Yeah.
If only, my God.
Oh, you said Amsterdam. I'm like, wait, Weed Fest?
Well, they go to Amsterdam and they try space cake. And Cheech is just sitting there staring at Tommy like, and Tommy's like sitting there in a giant mushroom suit staring at him. It's fucking funny.
Oh,
well, you mentioned trailer. I thought I would just go ahead and get it up. I haven't seen it, so
it looks really good. Let me make sure I got my speakers active.
Hey, you tune in live, everybody. I leave these up for about a week or so before I have to clip them out if we get copy claimed on them. So.
That's a government survey.
Their films have earned over $200 million.
The first rock and roll comedians, no doubt about it.
I have most of the movies here on Blu-ray.
Sure we're going the right way.
Nice.
We're in the middle of fucking nowhere.
No, we're southwest of fucking nowhere. We're not in the middle yet. So is this a documentary or a movie?
I don't know, man.
All we can do is be funny.
Am I driving okay?
Back in the day, comedians weren't respected, and we weren't afraid to get gross with them. Hey, this is what they really laugh at. What do we call ourselves?
Richard and Tommy? No.
Tommy and Dick? No.
Oh.
Cheech and Chong.
That was it.
We were making up this method as we were going along.
I got the tape recorder set up.
Dave, come on, man. Open up. I think the cops.
Dave's not here.
The movie comes out. It's a giant hit. Giant.
It's not hard to see what drugs do to you. You know, make you rich.
Well, you...
But money and success might spoil them.
You still won't grow your mustache back.
That's right. He hasn't had it for a while.
We're no longer partners.
Nothing lasts forever, Tommy. Nothing lasts forever.
Fuck you, Rolling
I never
Stone.
met anybody quite like him.
It's very painful sometimes. But he's my best friend.
It's yin and yang, Cheech and Chong. All that stuff that happened, why don't we just let it go?
Come on, baby, I'll give you a ride. Let's go.
Cheech and Chong.
The old stone charmers.
Look how far we've come.
Got a joint?
course he does. Like,
right?
Oh, I think I dropped some gummies.
I think I dropped some gummies. Right on.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I'm game.
I was heartbroken like everybody else when they split up. Like I was a kid, but
I
I'd
never
seen all their
understood why
movies.
they did, but
when people fight over money and creative differences, I think Cheech
I
wanted
kind of
to
figured
do.
that's what it was, but I've never looked.
Yeah, but I'm glad that they're potheads because they got past it.
Yeah,
They were able to just say fuck it, man, you know, and they saw that everyone wanted them to work together again. The money was there, and shit, it once they did their reunion tour on Broadway, which if you haven't got that on DVD, get it. It's fucking amazing. It's them doing all their old bits on stage again as old men. Here they are, where they're like pretending to be dogs and saying hello and sniffing around each other's butts. And it's fucking awesome. His wife, who was in the back seat there, she opens up the show and she is hysterical. Fucking hysterical.
Right on.
Yeah.
Check that out then.
Yeah. Totally worth your money.
Well, if Cheech didn't like him anymore, he wouldn't do anything. He doesn't
he
need
wouldn't.
fucking money, so.
No, but goddamn, I mean, they have fun together, I think. And
they got chemistry, yo. I mean, it's just the way it is. You either got it or you don't.
Their records are the funniest goddamn things you could ever listen to. Like Adam Sandler was great, but Cheech and Chong would fucking kill you. Like they were just amazingly funny from start to finish, and you didn't know where half of these skits were going to go, where they were coming from, and what was going to happen in between.
Yeah.
The random shit you'd hear from them throwing their voices was always a treat.
Oh, yeah. I always got a kick out of them, and I followed most of Cheech's career after that, so.
No, I didn't. So
I liked him on Nash Bridges and like From Dusk Till Dawn, things like that.
Yes, the Robert Rodriguez movies.
He had what, 3 different parts in From Dusk Till Dawn?
Let's see. He was at the Border Patrol. He was
the guy at the entrance to the Titty Twister.
And then he was also the
guy at
George
the end.
Clooney's
the guy at the end,
for being in Mexico. So 3.
Yeah.
Most people only remember 2. They don't remember he was part of the Border Patrol.
Yeah.
Looking at her in the shitter. Come on now. That's what I was thinking of. I'm sorry. Not her on the shitter, but it's very small. Anyway. Yeah.
Small spaces.
Small
like the
spaces.
To.
Speaking of small spaces and Trojan horses and whatnot, here is your first look at Odysseus, and it is not Tom Holland. It is.
Yeah, it's Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. I am so excited for him. I really am. Odysseus is one of my favorite mythological characters. I love the story of the Odyssey. I like one of my favorite first movies is Ulysses. I don't know. Thank you, green screen, with Michael Douglas, or excuse me, Kirk Douglas.
Yep.
Fucking amazing movie, clever movie, neat movie with special effects for the time. Like super good. If you could find it, Kino Lorber's got it on Blu-ray, and it's totally worth the money. So to see a new live action version that's done by Christopher Nolan, that's going to be huge. And then to have Matt Damon playing Ulysses should be really fucking interesting. Glad it's not
good.
I'm glad it's not Tom Holland because he's
too young.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if they did that, that'd be fucking terrible, yo.
Yeah. Holland is way too young to be Odysseus.
Yeah. I'd say maybe Telemachus. I don't know. Oh, maybe not Telemachus. He's 33 years old, so still.
He still doesn't look like Nathan fucking Drake to me.
No, that was so terrible. I didn't watch that. We bought it because my wife wanted to see it out, but I didn't watch it.
Freaking terrible.
I was like, so wait, he's Nathan Drake and fucking Marky Mark Sully? Oh, well, okay.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Ruin it. It's Sony. What else is new?
Yep.
That's true. But take a good, long, hard look at this picture because
I don't think I could get any harder, Kevin.
Shortly after they posted it, Universal retracted it.
They're to their own fucking movie. Yeah, the official movie account got copyright struck by their own damn studio.
Is that what that was?
Yeah, the official movie. It's a gold check mark, which means they pay a lot of money every month to have that little gold check mark. So they probably put this picture up without getting permission to do it from marketing. So
you suck.
Yeah, I mean, Culture Crave is pretty much spot on. Universal DMCA'd their own pick of Matt Damon as Odysseus in Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey.
Wow.
Suckers.
And that's where I'm going to be in like 2 weeks. So, going to Universal Studios.
Going to the Jurassic Park ride. It's awesome.
And well, we're also going to be going to Super Nintendo Land. That's there. So
cool.
Yeah.
That, Harry Potter. We'll swing by the Warner Brothers lot. I don't know what we're going to do beyond that, but just going to be there for a few days. So I'll be live from a hotel that Saturday night beforehand. So that'll be next weekend.
With the mini bar empty. Yeah.
Jam straight.
Oh, so upcoming movie news again. Here is your first look at the actor playing Ram Man in He-Man. Now, before anyone says,
oh my God, he's Asian, Ram Man's supposed to be white,
cover his face. I see Ram Man there. That guy's arms are fucking huge. They're bigger than his head.
He's got the right build for the character.
Yeah, like
he looks like he could like headbutt you into oblivion.
Yeah. So get off on that racist shit. Like this guy's like when Michael Clark Duncan got cast as fucking Kingpin, who else was better?
Oh, he was so good as Kingpin.
That was perfect.
Yeah, like who else could they have cast that would have been better?
That was the
no
only
white
good
boy
part of
at that time
movie.
that could have done it. So
yeah, nobody. So I'm really excited about this casting news. This is the first bit of casting news since Marina Baccarin being announced that I'm actually excited about. And that's the first announcement that I've been excited about for a while.
Yeah.
But
any
anyways,
other He-Man news?
He-Man? I don't think so.
Before you move on, I got one more thing of He-Man we can share.
I do not. So good.
Yeah.
Cool.
I know it's another AI thing, everybody, but I want to give a special shout out to this channel, Metalverse.
The universe stands under protection by the power of Grayskull. With secret rifts, a castle ignites. He-Man will play till the end. With the magic attack. Never fall. The forces of evil seek his destruction, but they'll never succeed at all. A castle, a temple of thunder. Its walls will endure the fight. Together we roar. The fury of Metal Skeletor will face our might. He-Man. He-Man. He-Man.
Ah. The hell?
Ring.
Yes.
The shadows rise to hunt him down by the power of Grayskull. Chaos marches with soulless hordes, but He-Man will never bow. With cords that tear through.
He's got 6 fingers.
Yeah.
It's AI. What do you expect?
Calls his blood answers back. Metal flows through his veins. Our castle, an unyielding fortress where fire forever burns. With warriors forged in eternal spirit, Skeletor will meet his turn.
Yeah.
This reminds me of Brutal Legend almost.
Kinda, huh?
Yeah.
Was that the Jack Black game?
That was the Jack Black game.
Yeah. Cool.
Fucking Rob Halford doing a couple of voices in it.
The universe stands under protection by the power of Grayskull. With secret rifts, a castle ignites. He-Man will play till the end.
It's almost over.
Oh, shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah. This sucks. That was cool.
Special shout out to Metalverse. He's at 11.4 subs. Hey, come on, go on, give him a like. He's got some other fun videos over there. He's got a Batman one that's really fun, Teenage Mutant Metal Turtles. It's totally worth checking out. Just want to give a special shout out to him. So head on over.
That was cool.
I thought you guys would get a kick out of that.
Yeah. Better than that movie's gonna be.
Fucking A, bro. I did not want to talk about like those stupid Earth-based photos. Like, oh my
Yeah.
god, we cannot do that again.
They did it in 87 and it didn't work then.
I don't think the movie's going to take place on Earth for very long. I'm hoping it's like 20 minutes on Earth.
Yeah,
And that's still 20 minutes more than it needs to be on Earth.
Exactly.
That's true.
And you know what I was reading? It's like, oh, he got sent to Earth as a baby. I'm like, what the fuck is he, Superman?
That's yeah. I'm like, why they Supermaned him out as opposed to having Marlena be an astronaut from Earth and crash on Eternia. So, yeah.
Holy shit.
I'm trying to figure out more information about Voltron personally. It's like, I know they're reimagining it yet again,
which is stupid.
So it's like, fuck, man, I don't know.
They're gonna be dogs instead of cats.
Well, then they're gonna start doing Thundercats. So, you want to give them that idea, Kevin? That is totally on you. You just fucked up another childhood for us all.
That's what I'm here for.
That's my boy.
I'm gonna fuck it all up.
Well, speaking of that, Daredevil updates.
Yes. So these are kind of ups and downs. Here's an up. First look, or not a first look, but here's another look at Foggy.
Foggy looks good.
Foggy looks great. Like they machoed him up quite a bit. He looks they cut his hair, gave him the beard. Looks really professional and nice. I like it.
Yeah.
Taking one of the clients out for a drink. I don't know who that is, but we see her in one of the trailers. Matt, I think, is escorting her into court.
I think I saw somebody mention the name that she's going to play, but I did not recognize.
I don't know. Then let's see here. There is your first more or less look at Bullseye.
Oh,
in
that's
a
going to be
mask.
Bullseye, huh?
Yep. So my hope is that's not the costume. That's just something he wears to go out and kill somebody. Like, I want to see him have the Bullseye costume from the comic book. Like, it is a wasted opportunity at this point to not put your villains in costumes. It looked stupid in fucking Captain America 4. It's looking stupid now. And and they said, well, we didn't want to have it look cartoony. Then don't make a fucking comic book movie.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah. Whenever I hear that stupid ass argument, it's like, get the fuck out of here.
Like, are you not familiar with your source material?
The
answer is yes. They are not familiar with their source material.
We have to try to make an interpretation of it that everyone can shut the fuck up. If that doesn't work for you, if you don't understand it, then make up something different.
Yeah.
Or
Let
make
us
it a
have our
make
let
it
us
a
have our
joke like they did
costumes,
in the
man.
Daredevil movie with Ben Affleck, where Bullseye's throwing his
Yeah.
feet up on the desk and he's like, I want boots white. And Fisk is just like, the hell are you talking about? Get to work.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, at least Fox recognized their shortcomings.
For what they did, anyway. Well, up to a point.
But at the same time, they didn't recognize it. They made fun of the fans for wanting it.
Yeah.
Comments like that. What do you want? Yellow spandex?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
like that. Like, yeah, motherfucker,
some
that
of
is
them were
exactly
okay.
what
Some
we
of them
wanted.
were not.
That one pissed me off.
Fuck Fox.
Well, and all the actors on that movie were like, these suits sucked anyway.
Oh God, they could barely
hated
move
the
in them. They
leather
were
outfits.
that stiff.
Yeah. I remember he was
Yes.
like, these suits are terrible, like in behind the scenes. He's like, these are not comfortable, like at all.
And
It's like
everyone
if
was
they had the
talking
choice,
about,
they would have chosen spandex.
Yeah. You
For
can at least
real.
move in that shit.
Yeah.
I don't even think Halle Berry was able to move that much, and she looked like she was like the most flexible
Limber of them all.
Yeah. Anyway, so here is our release schedule for Daredevil Born Again. The drop schedule looks like it's going to be very similar to Spider-Man, which I'm okay with it this time around because golly, I'm going to chomp at the bit to watch this. If they dropped all eight or 6 episodes in one day, I'd be watching the fuck out of it.
So these are going to be on Tuesdays. Okay.
Huh. Oh, that's right. Remember they did that with Skeleton Crew.
Yeah.
That's right. They wanted to test Skeleton Crew coming out on Tuesday because whatchamahoo's James Gunn's show, Creature Commandos, was coming out on Thursday.
Right.
So they were like, oh, well, Wednesday's been working for us, but we want to get
a little
here.
window.
Yeah. So all right, I'm down for that. It's going to be a quick march, but
6 episodes only though.
That's
I thought it was
not
like
a lot.
8. Oh well.
Loki was 6, I think, wasn't it?
I thought it was 7.
I don't know. Like these shows started out with 8 and they start going lower and lower and lower.
How low can you go?
Well, they might even
One episode seasons.
There you go. Chad with the win on that one.
All right.
It's going to be, we'll call it something called a movie.
Yes. But it'll only be 45 minutes.
Yes. Failed TV pilots.
Oh, gross. So I don't know if you guys have a Target near you, but Target has an exclusive Hershey Kiss flavor out. It's Harry Potter's butterbeer. And they're really good, except for this one was in the bag and it's not wrapped.
Uh-oh.
Don't eat it.
No, I'm tempted, but I'm not gonna. I am a glutton. I can't help it. I'm like sugar. So Charlie Cox says that the director for Born Again, or the showrunner, rewrote all these different scenes to make the incoherent plot line that they had going on coherent, because again, this is one of those Captain America things where like things were getting reshot and redone for so long.
Yep.
Not everything flowed together, so they had to like make extra scenes to make everything like make sense and flow together properly. I'm glad they took the time to do that, but that does not make me feel good about what we're gonna see at the same time.
I think it's going to be a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
it doesn't mean it's going to be bad.
No,
mind you. I think this might actually be decent to really cool. I'm hoping it's more on the really cool side. I'm just a little afraid with all the mess and trying to mesh in previously shot episodes and scenes into newer ones that we're gonna see glaring holes, and
nothing
be a problem.
Holes. Glaring holes.
Yeah.
Glaring holes.
Just we wanted to make sure Kevin didn't get his hopes up.
Thank you.
And stick it in there without asking permission first. But this Dario guy also likes to open his fucking mouth. He needs to shut the hell up about what he's trying to do with this show, because he's the guy who basically sat there and said, "Oh, we don't want scenes where two characters are talking, having a conversation, and having some exposition and character development because that's boring." Yeah, he fucking said that.
And what did the
So,
first trailer start with? Exposition.
bingo.
A
Like,
conversation between the hero and the villain having pie.
which works.
Yes.
So, I'm going in with a grain of salt. So, that's it.
The things he has said has just made me not think very highly of his skill, and it's made me very weary of going in. But again, I'm very excited to see Charlie Cox. I'm very excited to see the rest of the cast. Yep. I'm very hopeful. I'm hopeful that Marvel will have had some quality control and saying, you know what, this is what people are expecting. This is what we need to give people. Make sure this is what that is.
Well, initially they weren't even going to connect this to the Netflix series. This is now taking place 5 years after the events of Daredevil season 3 and the Defenders.
And I believe that's what's been added in.
They're trying to connect it back.
Yeah. So
they weren't gonna. Foggy wasn't gonna be in this. Neither was Deborah. You know, as Karen. None of them were supposed to be back. Punisher wasn't supposed to be back.
No. Yeah, gosh, we'll see how this goes. We'll see how long they're going to be in it too.
Yeah.
That's another thing.
Glorified cameos for all we know.
Mm-hmm.
Right. First episode just to tease everybody, and then episode 3. Oh, hey, they're all dead.
Well, yeah. Well,
Bullseye. I think they're gonna kill Karen. Honestly,
she gets it in the comic books. Bullseye.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think that's what they're gonna do.
Yeah, and she gets it bad.
Yeah, she does.
It's pretty awesome, actually. First, fucking Mysterio convinces her that she has AIDS, and then
fucking terrible, brother.
Yeah,
the 90s.
Yeah.
And then Bullseye fucking impales her with the Billy Club.
Oh my god.
Woo! Like, and she dies with the Billy Club in her sternum in Matt's arms. And
oh my god.
Harsh.
Was that written by Frank Miller? Because that sounds like something he would come up with.
No, Kevin Smith did that one.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah, Kevin Smith wrote it, and Joe Quesada did the pencils for it, and it's fucking amazing.
Fucking A.
Interesting.
That was Guardian Devil, and it's every bit as dark as Born Again.
Okay.
Good.
Well, Daredevil is what Kevin Smith's favorite like comic book series. And he enjoyed writing it. He really wanted to do the movie, and he just Fox wouldn't give it to him, and neither would Marvel.
No, but they put him in it.
Yeah,
it was Daredevil and Green Arrow. I think were a couple of his favorites. Those were ones that he got to write. So
yeah,
okay.
I mean, he brought Oliver Queen back from the dead.
Yeah, and it was really good too.
Yeah, it was. I've got that trade somewhere.
Nice.
Oh, the hardback?
No, it's the soft cover.
Oh.
No, I couldn't get my hands on the hardback.
Damn.
I had to get that because I was tired of pulling the sleeves out, the individual shots. I read it all the time.
Oh, yeah. That'll do it.
So now on the downside to the downside to Daredevil's success is they are also looking into bringing back not just the original cast to Daredevil, but the original Defenders as well. Now, if that was just Mike Colton and Kristen Ritter,
Kristen Ritter,
then I'd be like, yay, I'm all for that. But unfortunately, they want to bring back Iron Fist too, and I'm just kind of like,
fucking hell,
why?
I didn't care.
Terrible, dude. That show was so bad. I can't believe it got 2 seasons.
It was boring. I did not care for it.
I watched the whole fucking. It was so bad.
Yeah,
you're a brave man, Jeff.
I didn't really care for
back then. It's like, hey, I want to watch all of these because I liked all of Daredevil. I liked all of Punisher. I know I liked all of Punisher. Fuck off.
Punisher was
And I
great.
liked one season of Luke Cage. Jessica Jones season 1 was awesome. And at that point, I was willing to give all these an honest chance, regardless of what I thought. We would then see how quickly they downturned. But these were all still, except for Iron Fist, all of these were still way better than anything that Disney Marvel has put out, barring
Yeah.
WandaVision. I know you're going to disagree on the Agatha thing, but I didn't watch it. So, but based on all the other ones that I did try and watch, a lot of these were still way better than the Disney Marvel.
Agatha is better than Iron Fist.
Everything's better than Iron Fist at this rate.
Sounds like a root canal's better than Iron Fist without anesthesia.
Well, casting Finn Jones was like the dumbest fucking idea.
He didn't bother me so much because Danny Rand is a blonde dude.
Yeah, he is.
No, it's the actor I have the problem with. I don't give a shit what he's really supposed to be in the comic books.
Like they could have made him the way that he was.
Agatha sucked.
Who said that? Oh, fuck you. Agatha was funny.
It was.
I
like that show.
Sure.
It was not a great show, but it was a funny show. Like they had so many missed opportunities that they could have brought in Mephisto. Their hands were tied because it was supposed to involve Kang. It was supposed to just I don't know, like be a one-off in a way. I don't know if they intended to have a trilogy. But now they do. And I don't know if that's fortunate or unfortunate, but anyway.
I want my Werewolf by Night Part 2.
Yeah, I do too. Or Man-Thing. Just bring me Man-Thing.
Ted.
We want Ted. I like your name.
I gotta get that Werewolf by Night. I gotta write that down.
I think you're gonna have to set the high seas.
I know a place or two I might be able to look.
I dig it.
If I can get it, I'll get everybody a copy on the panel here.
Yeah, man, because I want to ask Kirk if I sent it to him, if he'd sign it for me.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be dope. But well, ultimately the Defenders that they brought everybody in on was an utter failure. So
I did not care for it. I did not.
That was not good. Even with all like the great casting choices of Kristen, Michael, and like Charlie, it still didn't work. It's Sigourney. Like, my God, she couldn't have phoned in a worse performance if she was really Bill Murray in real life.
Al, that was Al there.
God, I love that game.
I do too.
That was a good game.
So, in happier news for Daredevil, though, it appears that the Swordsman will be returning.
Mr. Tony Dalton, baby.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. Like, the Swordsman was kind of a cool character. So to have him have one of those type of mercenaries fight Daredevil is going to be fun.
Yeah.
So another bit of fun Daredevil news I am looking forward to. Like, there's so much about it that I am looking forward to, despite how much I sneer every time I see something that the director says.
Speaking of,
so let's recap what we talked about last week. That the movie opened up with $88 million. I said that it was going to come up with $83 million. $1, Bob. So
the closest without going over wins.
Yeah, everyone else was projecting like 110 million. Rob Liefeld projected it was going to be 110 million, but that would be it. It would not do anything beyond that. Like, people are going to wait to find out what happens. And then, let's let the second weekend be the real test, because you're going to have your Marvel fans going out the first weekend. I got to find out what happens before anyone else finds out on social media and posts it. I totally respect that. I'm that guy with phases 1 through 4 or 1 through 3.
Yeah,
I had to be there for all 20 movies like day one.
I was.
Or all 22, whatever it was.
Yeah,
but Liefeld was right. The movie dropped drastically, just like
hard.
Yeah, the Marvels and Ant-Man did. It dropped 82% from its opening week.
Ouch.
And I know there's a lot of people that are like, this movie's fantastic. It made its money back in its opening weekend. No, worldwide. Worldwide is not making your money back. Worldwide is like everything that's making your money back and then some, and marketing and this and that. Like there's so much to worldwide that when you see 194 worldwide, when it cost 180 million, more or less, that's not a good sign. It's not, kids. So stop reporting it being a success. It was not. It's not the second highest grossing Captain America film. It turned out to be the third, but when you put inflation into that, it's still not. It did not do as well. This is suffering from more of Kevin Feige's phase 4 bullshit.
Mediocre movie fatigue, everybody.
Yep.
People want these movies to be good, not mid.
Yeah. And from what I'm understanding, this movie suffered from having cool moments in a very bland story. Like too many different things going around that didn't have conclusions.
Well, Captain Falcon beats the shit out of Red Hulk. What the fuck? That makes no goddamn sense.
I don't know.
He's wearing a Wakanda-powered suit and wings is what the answer is.
Oh, well, yeah, he's got the vibranium.
Yeah, but still, that's still the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
I don't know. I don't think...
a Hulk would break him in half.
Yeah. Yeah, because again, we've seen Bruce punch Steve and do some real fucking damage to him.
Exactly.
So, and again, that's nothing against Sam. That's just Sam's just a regular ass dude getting punched by a Hulk. And when, oh shit, in The Incredible Hulk, where Tim Roth gets punched by him.
Oh God, yeah. Fucking breaks every bone in his back.
Yeah, he got all fucked up.
He hit a tree and turned his body into gravel. It was terrible.
Jesus.
They didn't even do Red Hulk right.
No.
Vibranium is not a solid answer for being able to stand up to Red Hulk. It gives you some defensive purposes. It does not stop you from getting squished behind the goddamn metal you're wearing.
Not really. I mean, if you could withstand the force to a point, it would reflect the force back.
Yeah.
But you have to be able to absorb it while it reflects.
Yep.
So physics.
Yeah, and you're getting jostled around inside the suit. The suit may hold up to it, but you're still going to get pulped.
Just like being inside your car.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
That's why Tony should have been turned into pudding long before now.
Well, he's dead now.
Yeah, and he invented the nanotech that, it took care of all that. The Uber cushion.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So, and it looks like we have a director for Clayface. That makes me really happy. James Watkins will direct.
Nice.
Now, I'm not sure that it makes me happy that it's James Watkins, but it makes me happy that we have a director. That means things will continue to progress along at DC. And when I say I'm not sure that I'm happy that it's him, it's because the only thing I've seen of his was The Woman in Black, and I fell asleep through that.
Is that the one with Daniel Radcliffe?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
That is okay as a movie. It was definitely lacking, though.
Yeah, I heard the second one was better. I didn't see it.
I have not seen the second one.
I didn't
Speak
even know
no
there
evil.
was
I've
one.
heard of it, but I honestly don't remember what the hell I heard about it.
I didn't even know there was a sequel.
You didn't hear nothing about it because nobody spoke nothing about it.
Oh, just like Echo? I haven't heard anything about Echo either.
I liked Echo. Said not me. All right, so let's see here. Yes, this is where I'm starting to get a little confused. So we're hearing again.
I have that pulled up on a different website too, so I was going to bring this up later anyway.
Okay, we're hearing again now from Keanu that Constantine 2 has been in the back of their mind for the last 10 years, not 20, 10 years. And they just came up with an idea for it. They just decided to come up with the pitch. So they took it to Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers said, okay, run with it. That is not what James Gunn said a year ago.
No.
Like this, like we always thought this was going to be the Keanu Reeves movie. It was not going to be almost like the Batman 2. It was a shoehorn in or a grandfather in. So I don't know what they're going to do with this. It doesn't sound like it's in production yet at all. They've pitched a script and they like it. That's as far as it's gone, as according to Keanu. And God, who was the director last week that said the same thing?
Yes, that was Francis Lawrence. And from my impression here, it just sounds like they kept throwing ideas at trying to do a movie. And this is the first one that Warner Brothers was like, okay, this works. But it's also special to note this story is going to stay within its own universe set up by the first movie. He is not being shoehorned into anything of the DCU. So that's what's
that's
going
a
on.
good thing.
Yeah.
Let it be its own thing.
I would love if they brought Matt Reeves in as the DCU's Constantine.
Oh, that would
be
great.
He was so goddamn good.
But he just embodied that role. He looked perfect.
Yeah.
Fucking fantastic.
And at the same time, I do like Keanu Reeves as Constantine, so I would love to see a sequel to that.
Right.
So, golly, I can't have my cake and eat it too, but I wants to.
Yeah. I mean, I'll watch it as long as it actually gets made.
Yeah.
I'd almost rather have a Zatanna movie, but that's not going to happen.
Fishnets.
Have like flashbacks with Zatara. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, with her, was that her dad?
Yeah, that was her dad. Her name is actually Zatanna Zatara.
Yeah, right. That's right.
Her father's name was Giovanni.
I actually want to get a figure of Zatara.
He taught Bruce how to be an escape artist, right?
Yep. And told Bruce that people like him cannot learn magic.
Right.
Because it takes, and he has already lost pretty much everything.
Oh, yeah. That sucks for him.
Yeah, but you don't want to overpower Batman. He's kind of overpowered as it is, even without any.
Right. He's a world destroyer if he wants to. He could take out fucking everybody.
That's actually one of the things I've enjoyed, because they're doing that absolute line now, just kind of like the Ultimate Universe in Marvel. And the absolute version of Batman is not rich. Only one of his parents was killed when he was a kid. That was his father. And he's just like this big fucking dude. And brilliant. He can just, I mean, the earpieces on his cowl are blades. He takes them off and stabs people with them.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it's they've done some neat stuff with that.
Okay.
And it's kind of interesting having a Batman who does not have all the resources he needs. This guy has to fucking scrounge shit.
Did you hear that they're going to do like one shots where they're crossing over DC and Marvel again coming up?
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay.
The last one I know of that they did was when they did Avengers JLA.
Ah.
Now the bigger crossover they did was, I want to say 96, when they did Marvel versus DC.
Oh, Amalgam?
That's the one I kind
Yeah, the
of
Amalgam
remember.
books. That's something I want to see. Like, now I know Warner Brothers and Disney are not going to work on this together. This isn't like the '80s when they did Who Framed Roger Rabbit. But
Right.
if you could actually do an amalgam movie, have Super Soldier, have Dark Claw. That would be
Spider-Boy.
fucking Spider-Boy, Iron Lantern. That would be fucking cool.
Yeah.
They're not going to do it. I mean, they'd make
No.
a shit ton of money off it, but they're not going to do it.
Right. Well, when they're all suffering for money and they have no other options, that'll be the moment when that happens.
Yeah, the Marvel vs. DC books were kind of fun. Like they
yeah.
weren't great, but they were fun.
It was all It's the '90s. Everything was spectacle.
Yes, and that's all it was.
I was kind of thinking about this yesterday. I mean, it was the grim and gritty. It was the spectacle. It was all about the gimmick.
Yes. And what was it like? People voted on who was going to win.
Yes,
that's right.
So that's why Wolverine beat Lobo, even though Lobo's got more of a healing factor than Wolverine does. I mean, hell, Lobo is immortal.
I remember people having like a what the fuck moment that Wolverine won, but I'm a Wolverine fan, so I was kind of like, yeah, fuck that guy. Yeah. Superman beating Hulk, I didn't quite understand.
And that was Smart Hulk.
Yeah, he drops a mountain on him. I'm like, come on.
Sure.
How about Batman beating Captain America?
Is that who he beat?
I thought it was Captain America, but the fight just went on forever because they were just too evenly matched. It was just a lucky Bruce got a lucky hit with a batarang.
I remember him fighting or knocking
that
out.
Was not America's ass.
No.
He hits Bullseye and he hits him so hard that it knocks him out. And he passes out going, "You hit harder than Daredevil."
Yeah, like, oh man. What was another good fight in that? You had Thor versus Shazam.
That sounds actually kind of interesting.
Vaguely remember that, except for that was when Thor had his football shoulder pads, wasn't it?
Yep.
The Legion of Doom pads?
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, it was terrible. Terrible. The 90s
like
were not they were not kind to the superheroes costumes. They weren't.
No. Like I was thinking about this yesterday. I think the only hero who really came out not too much worse for wear from the 90s was Wally West.
Yeah, Wally and Kyle.
Good point.
Kyle was introduced in the 90s.
Yeah, but his suit wasn't fucked up. Like, not fucked up. The suit looked good. For a Green Lantern suit, it looked good.
They've got him in that suit again.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, because he had been the White Lantern, and then the ring shattered back into its constituent colors, and I rage quit the Green Lantern comics at that point, because it's like first he gets upgraded to like really super powered. He got called Ion, then he went back to normal, got the Ion powers again, went back to normal.
Oh god.
Gets to be the White Lantern, goes back to normal, gets his old suit, and they start treating him like the rookie again. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck y'all, I'm done.
I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah, fucking with my favorite Lantern, I'm done.
Yeah.
Tisk.
No kidding.
Well, and then the last bit of news I got, we just kind of, this is not an entertainment news. I just thought this was interesting. It says 14% of North Americans still play gaming systems or games that predate to the year 2000.
My brother-in-law does. He still has his 2600.
That's pretty goddamn awesome. I do have a collection of game systems.
I got a 2600 out in the garage.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
He's got his 2600, his NES, his SNES, and everything still works.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I have every PlayStation console. Except for the handhelds.
Yeah.
I don't have the one.
And a Sega Genesis.
Ooh. I don't have a Genesis.
I've got a what was it was between the Genesis and it's like the Dreamscape, I think it was called.
Oh, the Sega
Dreamcast?
Dreamcast, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got one of those laying around somewhere.
Oh, cool.
I've always wanted a Saturn, even though I know they didn't make like the best games for that thing, but I've always at least wanted to try that once in my life.
All I could hear is fucking Eric Cartman, Sega Dreamcast. But yeah, I play mostly retro games. I'd say most of what I play now comes from the PS3, PS4 era, but golly, do I break for my N64 and below. I love the Switch games. The Switch Online I really like. That's why I bought the Switch. Most of the new games that come out, I don't care about. I like the older games. That's where I'm really, really happy playing Nintendo games. Anything with Sega now, like the new Shinobi game coming out, doesn't look as interesting to me as the original Shinobi. I don't know why. I'm sure it's going to be much better, but my heart just loves that original.
I think it was back in 2018. It's like I had hurt my back at work, so I was down for a little while. We had gotten one of those NES classics.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I'm just sitting. I mean, I can't do much anyways because my back's all fucked up. I'm just like playing classic Super Mario Brothers.
Nice.
I mean, there are days my sister and I will just do a Mario day, just like play whatever Mario games we can think of.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Oh yeah, and those are just some of the best times. They really are. My poor son freaks out because those games are hard. And I'm like, well, buddy, you have to understand, Daddy's really good at video games because I grew up playing this shit. I'm like,
I could not save.
Yeah, there was no save feature.
I mean, unless it was a Legend of Zelda game or if it was like a Mega Man game that had a password system.
Or a mini, which you conveniently get a little cheat to do a save on.
Yeah.
But
no. True. God, I remember like the original Ninja Gaiden.
Oh God.
You had, I mean, that was a fucking hard game, but it was fun as hell.
If you beat that game, you were a top fucking gamer.
I beat the first two. I could never finish the third one.
Yeah.
Because the third one, you did not have the unlimited continues.
Correct.
And it was just that much harder. It's like they decided to ramp it up to like 1 million.
On a scale of 1 to 10, it was about 100.
Yeah.
I got so mad with that goddamn game. I'm like, nope, I'm good.
Yeah. I think a lot of people rage quit that one.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of retro games, and you brought up The Legend of Zelda, yesterday was the 39th anniversary of The Legend of Zelda.
Damn.
39 years of Link, Ganon, and Zelda.
God damn, was I really that young when that came out?
What, no Hyrule Warriors? God damn, it's missing a game.
So my question to you is, which out of the last 39 years in these titles has been your guys' favorites? Which one do you guys play the most?
I think, okay, I'm always going to have a soft spot for the original.
Yeah.
So that one, Link to the Past, but of the more recent ones, my favorite has been and will continue to be Twilight Princess.
Nice.
I mean, you get to turn into a wolf, which is fucking awesome. And I think of all the NPC characters or companion characters you could have, Midna was just top notch. I mean, with how fucking snarky she was. God damn, I love that character. I wish they bring her back for another game, even if it's a different interpretation of her. But that is, I mean, that I really do think is my all time favorite of the games. It was also because they released that on the GameCube and on the Wii simultaneously, and that
Oh,
was the
really?
last. Yeah, they mirrored it because
Oh.
in all the original games, Link was left-handed.
Mhm.
So that was the last Zelda game you got with Link as a lefty, which pissed me off because I'm like, left-handed erasure. What the fuck, people? Us lefties want to be out there too, you know?
Right.
So that I had a hard time with the Wii just because of that, because I had to use my right hand for everything. But every game after that, even Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, he's right-handed now, and it sucks.
Oy.
I mean, the creator's left-handed, which is why the character was.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, me, I never really played any of these games. My wife is more the Zelda nut, and her favorite's like Majora's Mask, but she just recently played Link's Awakening to the HD version. So, and now she wants that Ecclesia, or Echoes of that newer 2D overhead one.
Oh, the one where you actually do play as Zelda and not Link.
Yes. She actually wants that one next, so I'm like, okay, I'll get that for you. The only one I've ever really played that was the first one. I never beat it though, but I've watched her play most of these games. So,
I loved the original. Like, there's nothing like booting up the original and
yeah.
hearing the song start.
Oh yeah,
that was one of my favorite things. Spending the night at my buddy Mike's house and waking up before everybody else and like playing it and like I was depraved. I loved playing Nintendo games, and I loved that one specifically. But again, never beat it. I could find the first castle or the first dungeon. I can get through it. Loved it. Mastered it. Could find the third one. I was able to beat it. It was a little bit harder because I didn't get to the second one. Could never ever find the second fucking dungeon. Not until I was an adult, like going on to Google. I'm like, oh, it's way over there.
Well, yeah, I cheated. I had a Nintendo Power subscription.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, because otherwise you're just like, I am all the fuck over the place looking for this dungeon. It's hidden. This sucks. Like,
yeah.
I'm just going to go to.
You hear about those hardcore gamers who were able to beat it without even getting the sword.
Oh, jeez. I've never heard of that.
Oh, yeah. There are some fucking crazy people who went through just using the bombs and the boomerangs and everything, did not have the sword. Not even that wooden one you get at the beginning.
Oh, my God. Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Jeez.
I mean, the Zelda stunts that you have to do on the World Championships for the Switch, they're hard. Like, and I really like this game, and this shit's hard. And you're just kind of like, wow, okay. But my favorite will always be Ocarina of Time. Man, that game just plucked at my heartstrings. There's no voices in it, but it made you cry. It was fun. It was just I'd never played anything like that before. The N64 was like, it was mind blowing. That and GoldenEye were like, I spent so much time playing those two games. And
GoldenEye.
GoldenEye, I don't care for more. I don't care for it as much anymore. When I got the N64 controllers for the Switch, I enjoyed playing it much more, but not as much as Zelda. Like, I've never gotten tired of playing Zelda Ocarina of Time. The 3D version that they did for the 3DS was stunning. Like, you could just sit and stare at it in 3D and you'd be like, oh, the drugs were good.
I remember, speaking of Ocarina of Time, this was before Gene and I were even dating. We were just hanging out. We were just friends at the time, going over to my in-laws' house. There's my brother-in-law. The man is just a game whiz. You get a video game, tabletop, whatever, he can figure it out almost immediately. Just watching him go through the game. I mean, I think I wasted like 2 or 3 hours just one day watching him play.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was really enjoyable.
Well, that's the thing about those games is like you could watch somebody else play and enjoy it because it wasn't sitting there grinding, like you were doing
Yeah.
something and advancing. And it was a lot of fun. Like it was a good story.
Oh, it is. I remember one New Year's Eve, of course this was years ago. Gene had some event and I was there. We came home and it was like 2, 3 in the morning. We were still wired. We weren't ready to go to sleep yet. So I think I wound up playing Twilight Princess for like another 2 hours. Then Monty Python's Flying Circus was on PBS. We watched that for another hour. Then we tried to sleep, and that didn't really work. So I got up and started playing more games.
That's one to play then. Like, well, any one of the Zelda games would be that because you just pop right into it and just go.
Yeah. These are some of the best games ever.
And, you know, I mean, Zelda was kind of the first open world game.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of.
I would think so.
Yeah. And so you could just go in there and you didn't have to go to this cat or this dungeon, that dungeon. You could go to wherever. You could accidentally venture into the fucking Ganon's castle and, you know,
get your ass kicked.
Yes, yes. Well, no, I don't think you could go there because you had to have the blue flame to unlock his, but still. Yeah, you could get pretty goddamn far and get your ass kicked, but you had an open world that you can go do.
Yeah. I remember I passed the original game without finding the red ring.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I did that on the blue ring. And what's even crazier is, like I said, there's people who do it without the sword. There's people who do it without getting the rings.
No, not me.
People are fucking insane.
I've had Legend of Zelda on almost every system that I could get it on, like between the Game Boy or the Game Boy Advance, NES, the Wii. Had it downloaded for the Wii. It's on the Switch now. I love that original game.
And this is going to be an unpopular opinion. I mean, I've played Breath of the Wild, and it's a fun game, hard as fuck, but it just doesn't really hold a candle to some of the older ones.
Sometimes
unpopular opinion. I know a lot of people think that's probably one of the greatest Zelda games made, but I don't know. It's just that to me it feels like there's something missing from it.
You know, I think Amy actually mentioned that when she was playing it too. She likes the game, but she doesn't like love it.
Yeah. There's just some aspect of it that to me feels like it's missing, like a little bit of heart isn't quite in it. Although it's funny, you know, you instead of hearts you cook, and, you know, you eat what you cook, and you can make like some of the most vile stuff that they pixelate out because it's that fucking nasty.
Mysterious food.
Yeah. He eats it and he just goes, bleh.
And it gives you like half of a heart.
Yeah.
I know she would go like to the bathroom and be like, "Hey, cook me some stuff in the game really quick." So I'd like mess around a little bit and I'd be like, "I'm not very good at this, honey." And she's like, "Well, what are you using?" Oh, well, don't use that. Then quit giving me the controller.
I made mysterious food.
What do you think was going to happen?
It's meatloaf.
It's Del Taco. I mean, what more do you want?
Taco.
Mystery meat.
Oh,
it's
shit.
Taco Bell.
El Taco Bell. A Pollo Loco.
Oh, no, I want Mexican food. God damn it.
You're welcome. And I just got a couple quick things on bookmarks on Twitter, and we can roll through that. And let's see here. All right. We got The Monkey is dropping into an estimated 5 million from 3,200 theaters across Friday and preview screenings. That puts it on track for Neon's second biggest opening weekend ever. Power to you, The Monkey. sounds like that's going to be a fun little low-budget horror movie that's doing pretty decent. So I am hearing it's a little bit like Final Destination, but a little bloodier and a little more comedy involved.
I'm down.
Yeah.
We'll end up seeing how it's doing through tomorrow when we get more numbers, but looks like it's doing all right.
It has the most expensive popcorn bucket so far at $45.
Yeah. Sounds like some people are actually pretty interested in getting those, and nobody wants the Captain America popcorn buckets.
What do the popcorn? What do the popcorn buckets for the monkey look like? Is like a monkey's head? You eat it like their monkey brains?
I'm pretty sure it's just the monkey with the drum set, and you take the.
See, that's a missed opportunity.
Although now you make me want to double check on that.
It is. It looks just like the figure in the movie.
Okay.
And you put popcorn inside of the drum.
Yeah, see, eating it out of the monkey's head, I think that'd be funnier.
Eating out of the monkey's ass?
No, the head.
Oh, sorry.
I don't need to hear about you performing analingus on a monkey.
Analingus?
Go back to the glory hole.
Yeah, dude, what you do in the glory hole can stay in the glory hole. It's just like Vegas, bro.
Analingus.
Well, speaking of that, Alien Romulus director Fede Alvarez reveals he would approach an Alien vs. Predator movie by keeping the xenomorph a secret. You would think you're watching a Predator movie, and then they land in some place, and there are creatures in fucking hell. It's a xenomorph. Bro, no. We don't need to do this movie. We've done this twice, and it's still not worked. It's still not right. It needs to be more like the comic books.
Yes.
The only way you can get away with that is by calling it a Predator movie, not telling anybody, not releasing it to the press, and then don't have a test audience at all. Don't show it to critics. That would be the worst way to fucking make a surprise at all.
Yeah.
But it would be cool for that opening weekend, like seeing it in the theater, not knowing it was going to happen. Like that would be a movie experience. So I respect what Fide is saying is at that point.
But he just ruined the idea now by actually telling people.
True. Now we can't do it, dick.
Don't give them ideas, Feed. Keep them to yourself until you get the paycheck and your name on a contract to direct.
Yep.
No shit.
Well, speaking of things that could be fun to watch.
War rages across the galaxy. The Empire rises again.
The little legs.
It's another AI trailer, everybody, but
he walks with guns. That's scary.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh shit!
Oh my god!
Tatooine has been holding our highest grade commando since the last Chicago War.
If we free him, we can take back the old rebel base and cripple the Empire supply chain.
And he didn't come alone. Who the hell are you?
Oh no!
God.
Oh yes.
They destroyed everything he loved. I told you I'll be back, and back you are.
Oh Jesus!
And now he's back to settle the score.
Fuck!
Why don't you ask my Wookiee?
Shit. This fucking thing.
I don't like you either.
You gave a killer performance.
Yeah, now I want to see an R-rated Star Wars movie with all the blood and guts.
Quentin Tarantino directed.
Yes.
I know you got some short-ass legs, but y'all better pick up the pace.
Hamill.
Arnold Schwarzenegger doesn't need the force.
Yeah.
needs help.
Terminator music.
Toast to censorship and tyranny.
Oh shit. Hello.
Flat.
Star Wars 4.
Mace Windu grew hair.
Yes.
Soon to a theater near you.
But does it need Will Smith?
No.
No. But Ray Lightborn, head on over to Ryan Lightborn and give him a follow. This is pretty dope. Let's see here. Video game guys, The Thing Remastered is getting a physical release for Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 5 on June 25th.
Oh,
Standard
fuck
edition
yeah.
will be $30, while the deluxe, which I'll stick with the standard, I'll be fine with that. The remastered the deluxe edition is going to be $49.99. You're going to get like let's see if I can increase the size on that.
God damn.
That's like a steel book, an ID card, so on, patches, and a little poster.
Oh,
I'm
it
gonna
should
put
have
that
a
on my
fucking
wish
petri
list.
dish.
But I'll probably just get like just the game. I don't need like all the swaggy stuff.
That's
I'm trying to
coming
be
up,
better about that kind of thing.
coming up before my birthday. I'll put that on my wish list.
I've always wanted to play this goddamn game.
Same.
It's in my wish list. I just haven't purchased it yet.
Yeah, same. I just like I'll wait. And I was like, no. Well, if it's getting a physical copy, damn straight, I will get a standard edition. So
yeah,
thank you, Bloody Disgusting. That is very cool to see. We have reviewed the trailer on here a while back, so we're all on board with that. And two last things. Got one more trailer and a little Kevin Bacon news.
Corn syrup.
Oh, I haven't gotten to see this yet.
Neither have I. I like bookmarked all these because I'm like, I'll just do this with you guys. So
That looks like fun.
Yeah, it does.
oh, I like my schlocky slasher movies. So bring it on.
Yeah.
It's an adaptation of a novel. Oh, okay. I did not know that.
Well, I know what I'll be reading next week.
Clown in a Cornfield. Sounds terrible, but that looks like a lot of fun.
Is this going to be like Vampires where I'm kind of like, well, hey, if he could get published, I can get published too.
You're right. Oh my god. All right. And in some last news, Kevin Bacon is starring in a Prime Video action horror series, The Bondsman, as a bounty hunter who gets a second chance at life by tracking down demons who've escaped from hell. Thank you for ripping off 1998's Brimstone with Peter Horton and John Glover. It is very violent and has a lot of blood and scares, Kevin Bacon tells Vanity Fair. So at least we're going to get another horror/action movie with Kevin Bacon. I'm always down for watching a Kevin Bacon movie like that. So I'm interested, but I'm just going to keep thinking Brimstone and End of Days from 98 and 99 and feel like, you know what? Those never get the credit they deserve. So let's keep trying to redo them with something more modern.
I think Ethan and Sai should sue somebody.
Yeah, or shoot some eyes out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Give them some Red Ryder BB guns. That'll take care of it. But yeah. Well, and Levi's got the best point. Everybody loves Bacon. He's our guy from Tremors. We gotta send our love to the Tremors crew.
Yes,
it's crackling bacon.
It's crackling bacon.
Crackling bacon.
Oh my god.
That's 2 Broken Lizards references tonight, kids.
I like Broken Lizard. Nobody ever talks about like Club Dread. Everybody talks about like Beer Fest, Where's Weed Fest, and then the first Super Troopers.
No one ever mentions Slammin' Salmon. Slam Salmon's great.
Didn't they do like a Pineapple Express or something like that?
No, Puddle Cruiser, which is not funny.
Ah,
yeah, that was the one that they did before Super Troopers, and it's not nearly as good. Like Super Troopers, they hit the ground running, and every movie they've done since then has just been just like that, funny as hell. Puddle Cruiser it's a different kind of movie.
Okay, because I thought they did one that was a little bit different. That I was like, I wasn't entirely sure how I felt about that one. It's probably that one.
Yeah, that was one I don't think I've seen the whole thing, and I only watched that part of it once. I was like, okay, moving along.
Well, and Super Troopers too is very forgettable.
I guess I liked it. Like you and my wife.
You could tell it was crowdfunded though. And I was part of the crowdfunding, so I kind of supported that. I got that in the collection too, but it's like I've only watched it the one time.
Yeah, but I mean, it was nice seeing them together again, and that's what really sold it for me. Kind of like Blues Brothers 2000. It's not a good movie, but you're seeing
It's a horrible movie.
Yeah.
Oh, Blues Brothers 2000. Oh my god, that was like pulling teeth.
Fuck you guys.
It's like Aykroyd. You really, bro?
I forced myself to watch it, and I will never watch it again.
I know he was trying to give like like a love letter to Belushi, but it did not work.
No, it did not work.
If he wanted to do that, he should have just waited until fucking Jim's schedule was free. Instead of, being like, oh, let's do John Goodman instead.
Yeah.
John was good, but
it didn't work.
No, like they're a family. Like it was pretty much written, it wrote itself, and they're like, let's not do that though.
We're a mission from God.
Yeah, I don't know.
I love the first one just way too much.
Ooh, that movie is so fucking good.
Yeah. Well, I don't got much else. You got any final thoughts, Kevin or Chad? Anything that we might have missed or skipped?
I got nothing.
1 year. We've done this 52 times.
Yeah.
52 times every Saturday. We haven't missed one. And that's pretty good for me because I'm horrible at fucking like maintaining a consistent schedule.
And who's been the latest one who's ever showed up on this show? Me. I win.
Yep. Made us think you guys were getting nookie and like too busy to play.
Stuff like that. Getting drunk.
Yeah.
Getting high. Whatever.
Which
we still have a show.
Thank everybody. Like thank you to everybody.
Yeah.
Again, it's been a wonderful year. Going live is something that I always wanted to do. I always wanted to make this. We wanted to do a show where we got to hang out with everybody and interact with everybody. And this is it. This is what we wanted to do. It's not having people in the room with us necessarily. That'll come in the future at some point, I'm sure. But it's being able to sit and chat with you guys. It's being able to have a beer with you guys and talk about what's going on, talk about the nerd shit that we like. And we love doing it. And we love that you love hanging out with us too. Like it makes the show so much better having you here.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Like we don't care about views. I know a lot of content creators do. Like we know, like we get a handful of people in here on a Saturday night. There's a bunch of other streams on Saturday night. That's fine. You go hang out, do your thing. Mike, Levi, all of you that show up here, even if it's at the beginning of the show, we're in, and I know I got some other friends that tune in a little bit here and there. Like Justin likes to tune in. He tends to watch on replay a little bit. And, we got some buddies out there. It's all good. We're just having a good time. I want to talk to my buddies about this, that, and the other, and love having everybody join us, whether it's live, on replay. It's been great doing this for a full year. It's actually encouraged us to do most of our shows live these days Now, if they end up being video recorded, it's largely because of like scheduling sort of something issues. But like our last Lois and Clark episode, part 2, that one had to be taped. I had an event that night. I went to a wrestling event on Wednesday in Phoenix downtown by myself. So I never like driving downtown by myself. So, and it was my first time getting down there, but it was fine. Everything was cool. I had a fun time, and we got some great shows on our channel, and this is the one we're most proud of because we get to talk about news, shit. We just rip on each other, bust each other's balls. Kevin goes to the glory hole. I like to sleep late, and Skeeter likes to talk about his 3D printing and what's going wrong. And Chad, always a fun time having you here. All of our guests, when they come on, that's great. We're going to get back to our schedule with things like that. Hopefully Skeeter is okay and he hasn't passed away or his wife didn't kill him or anything like that in Minecraft. So we'll find out probably tomorrow about that. Were you giving me the hand sign not to talk about Skeeter?
No, he's delousing.
Oh, yeah. I thought he was fumigating his head. So
Oh, man.
That could have worked too.
Cutting down trees and shit. All those fucking things fall down on you. I've seen arachnophobia. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, no kidding. God damn. Just drop an anvil on your head if you're going to do something like that.
I'd rather. Kill
or an ATM machine like in Breaking Bad. But no, thank you everybody for tuning in. If you could do us a solid, make sure you hit that like button on the way out. Also, subscribe down below. It'd be very helpful to us if you did that. Comment, hit the bell notification for all of our video content, yada, yada, yada. Just want to say thank you again for everybody tuning in. We'll see you all next time.